Hey everybody, welcome to this Xbox Life episode 508. I think we're live finally. There's apparently a lot of stuff going on right now. I don't know if we're streaming to Mixer because they've got issues going on right now, and YouTube is YouTube, I guess. Let's take a look. So, okay. Looks like we might be online at Mixer. Oh, finally. Okay. Online at Twitch also. And then YouTube is being YouTube. It'll be there eventually. All right. It's good to see. Okay. We're on Mixer, regardless of issues. We're on Twitch. And let's get on with the show. This is Xbox Life. My name is Rob, your host with the most. This is episode 508, titled VGA 2018. A couple things real quick. You can listen to us live on Twitch and Mixer, I guess, usually, and sometimes on YouTube when it's working. I'll have to dig into that a little bit. So the show is on Sundays at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific. I believe that's the full stretch of hours over there. And then this is a show not affiliated with Microsoft or the Xbox in any way. It's done by fans, or right now a fan of the Microsoft Xbox and gaming in general, and views and opinions expressed on the show do not reflect those of Microsoft. So a couple of things real quick. This is going to be yet again a solo show. A couple of things on the future of the show. So next week, I'm going to see about getting some more folks on the show. Possibly temporary, possibly permanent. We'll see how that goes. And there will be an upcoming name change. And then also, I want to see, might move this off for the recording off of Sunday. So that's still up in the air. But as always, it's always going to be an Xbox show, of course, as always, and definitely family friendly, community focused, all that good stuff that everybody's gotten to know and love over the past 10 plus years. And if you've been around since the Xbox podcast days, I guess that's up to 12 years, because there was 50, 80 shows of that as well. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about on this show over here, so I will get on with that. I was really surprised. I know I wanted to talk a little bit about the Video Game Awards and the winners, and the losers, I guess, of that. And some of the stuff really surprised me. But there's also a lot of other news, a lot of stuff here and there that came out over the past couple of days. And some of the stuff I thought was actually kind of interesting. You guys know that I love the numbers, statistics and stuff of the Xbox and gaming in general. And so there's some cool statistics coming your way here in a little bit. As far as what I've been playing, I guess I should let this secret out here. This is going to be called This Fortnite Life. No, I'm just kidding. But Fortnite is something that I've been playing definitely over the past week, because the last season ended. So season 6 is done. Season 7 started a couple days ago, and a lot of changes have come to the game. A huge section of the Battle Royale map is now frozen over, and there's some craziness. Zip lines have been added. There's airplanes. It's it's craziness. When you play Battle Royale, craziness ensues, at least lately. But my main jam on the game, of course, is really save the world. And I've made some great progress with that over the past week. A lot of fun. And if you haven't played it, definitely give Save the World a try. I know some folks might be waiting because the free play version of that is supposed to be out next year or early next year. It was supposed to be this fall, but that didn't quite work out. They pushed it back into next year, and they're making some significant changes. So I can see why why they really delayed things. Because especially like in the past, let's say 4 to 6 weeks, there's been some big changes to the game, both Battle Royale and Save the World. But yeah, definitely give it a shot. If you are going to wait until next year, I think you should get it now, but it's up to you. Definitely give it a try when it goes, or Save the World goes free to play. And then another thing that I did, and I ran through, so I've got all my systems are part of the Insider program. And for the first time with my Xbox One X, I had issues with it being part of the new program. And I guess Microsoft in their Windows 10 side, they really had a botched update a couple weeks back, which was whacking all these machines. And my desktop that I'm actually doing this on right now got hit pretty hard, and I had to rebuild it. Well, my Xbox One X took an update, I don't know, about a week ago, I think. No, and I forgot what the build of it was, but the Xbox One X got stuck in an updating at 85%. And then it would just reboot and crash, and it never got past updating. So I did, as usual, looked up the codes that I'm getting. And unfortunately, the thing to do was actually to do a factory reset on it. And I had to do that. That kind of stunk. I actually tried to load the update on a flash drive to go back, and then I found out that you can't do that when you're in the Insider program. Apparently you can do it when you're on the, I'll say, general release build. You can do it, but if you're on the Insider program, it's a no-go, no good there. And I'm on the, with the skip ahead, or I forgot what the name is, the one where you get the earliest releases, and the alpha, I believe, or something along those lines. So that was definitely no good, and I had to wipe the machine. But, who knows? Hopefully it's all the better, because sometimes when you do the factory reset, the machine runs faster. But, yeah, I had to do that. So that was a lot of fun. Took up, about an hour or so. Actually, probably maybe even a little bit more of an evening, just trying to get the system up and running. Actually trying to do everything that I could, looking up all the information, so I didn't have to do the factory reset, but I wound up having to do it in the end anyway. So that was a lot of fun. I say sarcastically, of course. And then there's my usual jams, the Clash Royale. And if you're looking to play that and join a clan that a whole bunch of the community members are on, just do a look up for Justice Clan. And then also this Wednesday, Brawl Stars is coming out. So there's going to be a Justice Clan Brawl Stars band. So they're bands, not clans. So in the US, the game's coming out on Wednesday, and I'll make a clan band thing as soon as possible after that. So if you give that game a shot, it's a lot of fun. Give us join the group. All right, a couple announcements to make. You can support the show on Patreon. It's appreciated, not required, of course. And then you can get to that at thisxboxlife.com/Patreon. And you can also leave a tip for the show, thisxboxlife.com/donate. Both of those links will take you there. And also another great way to support the show is subscribe to the show on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube, on all three platforms if you could. So, just getting on with some of these topics over here for the show. Let's see here. So a couple of things. Got my stuff here out of order, apparently. VGA, the Video Game Awards, they happened a couple days ago. And so now it's after the awards, and we know who all the winners are. So I'm going to go through some of these. And I know there's been a bunch of discussion on the forums and in different groups and on our Facebook group about this. And some of the stuff I think is a little controversial. So for Game of the Year, so this is, I guess, the overall winner. There were a couple of titles in there that, like, actually across this whole list that I had never heard of. And let's see here. We had for Game of the Year nominated were Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Of course, everybody's got their favorites. And ultimately, the winner was God of War. And I know some folks say that it's deservedly so. And, I always think it's kind of interesting how for some of these things, it's like, Game of the Year is on one console, one system only sometimes. And I don't know if that's fair, just because that means just one group of people that might not play on other systems, they determine it. You know what I mean? Sort of. I wonder if Game of the Year should be on all consoles or all systems. So it's, I guess, a good discussion topic for the Facebook group. But yeah, God of War. It's a fan favorite. A lot of people like it. Xbox and PlayStation folks aligned. And like I had never heard of Celeste. It's by Matt Makes Games. I don't know. And then the other ones, Spider-Man is very popular. Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2. That's been the hotness lately. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I haven't heard a lot of buzz about that. I don't know why. But it's a typical Assassin's Creed game, which kind of means what? It's about $2 now on clearance already. I kid. All right, then best ongoing game. We had Destiny 2, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. A little bit of an oldie along with Overwatch. No Man's Sky, of course, Fortnite. Huge favorite amongst everybody, I guess, or most people. And then Destiny 2. And the winner wound up being Fortnite. Big surprise there. This is the best ongoing game. And I guess Fortnite never has an end if you're playing Battle Royale. So I can definitely see why that one won over the other ones. And it's interesting that Overwatch is still in the running, because Overwatch came out quite a while ago. It's not surprising, but, it's surprising that it's still in the list, but it's not surprising because it's good. And a lot of people love it, as you sort of expect new games to be on here. Best game direction, we had A Way Out, Detroit, Become Human. Yeah, Become Human. God of War again, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2. And the winner, again, was God of War. Best narrative, so this is the best storyline. We had Detroit Become Human, God of War, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1. It's interesting that it's Episode 1 and not the whole series. Marvel Spider-Man and Red Dead Redemption 2. And the winner is Red Dead Redemption 2. And I can definitely see that. I don't know some of these other games, but from playing Red Dead Redemption 2, I can see how it got voted for this. And then, a game like Life is Strange, that one is all narrative, I think. But yeah, Red Dead got that one. Best art direction. And we had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath Traveler, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Return of Obra Dinn. And Return of Obra Dinn got that one over Red Dead Redemption 2, which I think was just an amazingly visually stunning game. And, Assassin's Creed, God of War, those are really good as well. But, you kind of wonder how people vote some of these. Best score and music. We had Celeste, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, Octopath Traveler, and Red Dead Redemption 2. And that went to Red Dead. Best audio design. The winner here, well, a lot of the same players as before, although this one had, oh wow, it had Forza Horizon 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, and Red Dead. And Red Dead took that one. So it's interesting that Red Dead won the audio and music, but not the art direction. Kind of funky. Best performance. And then, this is, I guess, behind the scenes. We had, I'm not going to read the people's names, but for the games, actually, I'll skip this one altogether. Games for Impact. This is The Missing, Life is Strange, Florence, Celeste, and 1111 Memories Retold. And this went to Celeste. Okay. Best Independent Game. I'll just read the winners over here. Best Independent Game went to Celeste. That won out over Dead Cells. And which I know is a fan favorite amongst the Horrible Gamers and the TXL crew. All right. Best Mobile Game went to Florence. And it beat out Donut County, Fortnite, PUBG, and Reigns. Reigns is pretty good. But Florence, that's like a relationship game, which is really surprising. I just don't understand how that one won. Because I actually had to look that one up. It's done by, the same people that did Monument Valley. So that was kind of a funky one. Best VR game went to Astrobot Rescue Mission. So this PlayStation VR game, and I heard it's pretty good. Best action game went to Dead Cells. Good. Actually, Dead Cells beat out Black Ops 4, Destiny 2, Far Cry 5, and Mega Man 11. That's pretty impressive and deserved, definitely. Best action game, adventure game, that went to God of War, beating out Assassin's Creed, Red Dead, Spider-Man, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Best role-playing game went to Monster Hunter. Best fighting game, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Not a huge surprise there. Best family game, Overcooked 2. Wow. It's exercise in frustration. How to get in arguments with your family because they can't serve the dishes fast enough. And that beat out Super Mario Party, Starlink, Battle for Atlas, Nintendo Labo, which I don't know if that's a family game, but I guess whatever. And Mario Tennis Aces. Of course, there's a big presence of Nintendo in this section. Best strategy game went Into the Breach, and that beat out Frostpunk, Battletech, Banner Saga 3, and Valkyria Chronicles 4. Best sports game went to Forza Horizon 4, right on. Definitely see that. But that beat out FIFA, NBA 2K, Mario Tennis Aces, of course, Nintendo, and Pro Evolution Soccer. So it actually beat Forza Horizon 4, beat out 2 soccer games. That's impressive. Best multiplayer went to Fortnite. And it was going against Black Ops 4, Destiny 2, Monster Hunter, and Sea of Thieves. Best student game, Combat 2018. Best debut indie game went to The Messenger. Best esports went to Overwatch. Wow, an Overwatch beat out Fortnite in that one. Interesting. And CSGO, Dota 2, and League of Legends. Wow. Best esports player went to Sonic Fox. And yeah, I don't know any of these other names over here. They look like they're not from the US, I guess I could say that. Best esports team went to Cloud9. A couple more esports stuff I'll skip through that. And then the content creator of the year went to Ninja. I guess the big Fortnite player. Actually, all these people, Dr. Lupo, Myth, Ninja, Pokemon, and Willy Rex. I don't know about that last one, but I know the other ones do Fortnite streaming and YouTube videos. So that was the Game Awards. I know a lot of people trash on these. And yeah, I don't know. Some of these games are funky that they picked. And I don't know. A lot of people, I think, don't hold a lot of salt in how good these are. But that was, the VGA Awards of 2018. Definitely don't know if it's worth watching these shows, but definitely it's interesting to go through the list of winners at the end and see who was nominated and all. All right. Moving off of that, a couple of things. So again, like I mentioned last show, there's a fair amount of price drops, I guess, with the consoles lately. And there's a pretty funky one here. Not a funky one. It's good if you're looking to buy an Xbox, if you're in the market for it. Bundles as low as $219. That is just crazy. And these are not like the stripped bundles, because I remember I thought it was just incredible when the bundles drop. It's below 300. I don't know, a year or two ago. But here we have some bundles that are currently cheaper than they were on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And in Walmart in particular, they have the Xbox One S Battlefield bundle. So that's the S, the 1 terabyte Xbox One S with Battlefield 5. And actually, it includes Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1 Revolution, and Battlefield 1943 for $219. That's crazy. There's also a NBA 2K19 bundle for $219, a Forza Horizon 4 bundle for $229, so $10 more, and a PUBG bundle for $229. Although if you get Game Pass, PUBG's in there. So's Forza Horizon, I guess, as well. And then there's a Fortnite bundle for $229 as well. And this includes, there's Eon is the skin. It's this female like robot looking skin, and you get $200 of in-game current, or 2,000 V-Bucks, which is $20 of in-game currency. There's also an Xbox One X for $400, and this is a PUBG console. And so that's pretty crazy. And then there's some more bundles over $400, but those S bundles are just incredible. So that's a pretty darn good deal if you're looking to get something, like another console, at least as a gift, or for kids, or just looking to put a console in that room that does not have one yet. So that's pretty cool. Another thing that I want to talk about. So, all right. So here's where we talk about the numbers. So they released this, and this is pretty cool. So backward compatibility has been around for some time now, where we have 360 titles and we have the original Xbox titles in there now as well. Not too many of those, but a fair amount of the Xbox 360 titles. So they just posted that there are currently 562 Xbox and Xbox 300 or 360 games in the program, and it started in November of 2015. So back compat's been around for 3 whole years now. So we've got 562 titles. That's crazy. I remember just talking not too long ago that there were 300 titles in there. And basically what they're saying is that there's a new game going in there every 3 to 4 days. Actually, it's a new old game, I guess. But And so that is just incredible. So not only do we have a ton of Xbox One titles that have been released over the past 5 years, because now the console is officially over 5 years old. Its birthday was about 2 weeks ago. And actually, I don't think we said happy birthday. Happy birthday, Xbox One. But, not only do we have a ton of Xbox One titles, but we can go back and play some pretty good Xbox 360 titles and Xbox original titles as well. Some of those are dated, but it's good for the nostalgia, I guess. Or if you really, really love a game, or you want to show people what you used to play, back in the early 2000s, we used to play 15 years ago, you can. But yeah, of those titles right now, so 57 back compat games have been enhanced for the Xbox One X. So that's pretty impressive. And there is an interesting factoid, I guess, about those titles that have been enhanced. And that's that there is a notable game in there, Final Fantasy VIII, which joined the back compat program, I don't know, about a couple weeks ago. Is that it's not only Xbox One X enhanced, but they redid a couple hours of full motion video. So they redid all the video that had apparently like really bad compression and quality in the original 360 release. So that poses an interesting thing here, where that's the first game that not only was, given the usual treatment, where they do all of the effects that the Xbox One X can do to make the images look better, the aliasing, the smoothing, and all that stuff. It also bumps up the resolution to some degree, but they also did changes to the video in there. So that is not an exact duplicate of the game before. It's actually been improved. So it'll be interesting if they do this to more games. And maybe will it go beyond just, let's say, like re-encoding the video? Are they going to maybe start changing up some of the assets for some of the games? I know some of these things are old, maybe they can't, but who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But from what they're saying, back compat is done for 2018. They won't release any new titles into it. And I think there's only, 3 weeks left in December of 2018. So we're probably not going to get anything new up until next year, up until 2019. So I thought that was kind of interesting. 562 titles. Wow. That is just nutty. That's just nutty. All right. Another thing, I thought this was kind of interesting, and because I know a lot of folks sometimes ask in the Facebook group what people recommend for headsets, like, which headset you can use. Like I use it's a wired, as you can see here if you're on the video, use a wired HyperX Cloud 2, and it's pretty good. I have it hooked up to my PC. It's got a little USB dongle, and then I unplug it from the dongle. It just pulls out, and then just plug it into my controller. I don't have an actual wireless headset, but if you're looking for a wireless headset, Lucid Sound came out with they had 2 headsets. And this is something we talked about a year ago. And, I was kind of wondering like when these things are going to come out. And apparently they just came out not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago. And for me, it was like under the radar. I don't remember seeing much about them coming out up until just now, actually in December. But the Lucent Sound LS35X, I think, is the premium of the two. The other is the 15, I think. Let me look that up. I thought it was a 15. But this is a wireless headset that uses the wireless built into the Xbox. So this is something that we talked about sometime within the last year, where Microsoft basically opened up the wireless system to certain devices, because you can pair controllers and such, and now you can pair your headset without having to have any kind of dongle, any kind of special plug or anything like that. So apparently they're super easy to pair. The quality on them is pretty good. You pair it just like a controller, and the reviews on it look like they're pretty decent. But so they're not limited specifically to Xbox One. You can also use them on other systems. You can use it on Windows 10. It's got a dongle. It's a optional USB adapter that you can attach. And then if you want to use it on other systems like PlayStation, Switch, or probably even mobile or anything like that, it does have support for a wire. So you can use a regular headphone cable. But yeah, you might want to check them out. They're on Amazon for about $100. I think they start around $130, which is, I think, a fairly decent price for wireless, quality wireless headsets. And I think list is closer to $200, but yeah, you can find it on Amazon a little bit cheaper. And if you do get on Amazon, make sure to use our affiliate link. It's definitely much appreciated. So yeah, you might want to check those out as an option. They look pretty cool. At least the pairing with the Xbox is pretty sweet. And then going back to numbers, and this is the Xbox's big competitor, or I'd say their only competitor, at least that matters, is the PlayStation 4 finally beat out the Xbox 360 in sales numbers. So it's been quite a while now since the PlayStation's been out. I think 5 years now, officially. It set a lot of sales records, and it just beat out the 360 finally. It took them 5 years to do it. And let's see, it's totaling currently, the PlayStation's totaling 86.15 million units sold so far. So they beat out the Xbox 360, which sold more than 85,000 or 85 million, 85.80 million. So it looks like they beat him by what? I don't know, about 350,000, according at least when these numbers came out. And, breaking down some of these numbers here, the PS4 has done, there's an article from, who provided these? VG Charts provided these numbers here. The breakdown is the PS4 has done really good in Europe, selling 34.7 million, beating out the Xbox 360's 25.8 million. And the Xbox, and in the US, the Xbox 360 still holds the top spot with 45 million units sold compared to 26.3 million PS4s sold. So I guess in the US, the 360 still outsells the PS4, but globally, the story's different. And then in the Japanese market, that's a funny one. The 360 only sold 1.6 million units. Well, actually, it's kind of surprising, but then again, that is a long lifespan. That's a lot of years to sell 1.6 million. Whereas the PS4 sold 7.2 million. Well, actually, I guess that's not that bad. I guess it's not that bad. Um, yeah, like, it goes on to some titles, what the most popular titles were, and so forth. But yeah, who cares about that? Just the numbers were interesting. So hope you found that interesting as well. All right. We've heard about the diskless console for some time. There were rumors about it, what, about 2 years ago? Then supposedly got scrubbed. They they scrapped that whole thing, and now it's coming back, and there's all sorts of speculation as to what's going to happen with the cloud versions, which are going to be doing what, CloudX, I think, is the name of the service they're going to have. And there's some more news that is, I guess, leaked, rumored, however you want to say it, by Paul Thurrott, or Thurrott's site. And it says that the new Diskless 360 is going to be out in early 2019. So possibly in the next couple months. And it can be bundled with subscriptions right out of the box. So that's kind of an interesting spin. We've got that program right now where you can get an Xbox with service, not service contracts, but, live and all that. But it's really like a 2-year lease, and you get the or it's like a contract. You get the system, and, you have to pay over time. It was like $20 some a month, depending on which one you get. But looks like this is going to be bundled with subscriptions for Gold and Game Pass, basically at once. So that's kind of interesting. And I guess it makes sense to do that, because if you have a diskless system, you can't really play retail games on there because there's nowhere to put them. And, at that point, you're just going to have to buy that stuff separate. So if you're new into the ecosystem, like I said, it more than makes sense. You can get the system plus live, or the system plus live and Game Pass. And then, you get your system home, you unbox it, and you can pretty much fire it up right away and, really play, dozens of titles straight from Game Pass without having to do, drop a dime really outside of the original purchase price. And, that's pretty interesting. It makes sense. And I know, like, if I was to get a new system, if I had a diskless system for, I don't know what, $25, $50 less, I'd probably go for it over the regular one, because I really don't use the drive in my system at all. I don't even know if it works, actually. It's just pretty messed up, because initially I was unsure about digital, and then now I'm fully digital. And I think that's how a lot of our folks are. But, it was Xbox All Access. That was the name of that program that I was talking about. And, it was xCloud, not CloudX as well, for that service. But, yeah, it's interesting to see that the system's going to be out in the next couple months, possibly. And it makes sense to bundle it with subscriptions. And it would actually be pretty cool if it was a smaller form factor as well. I don't think we'll be approaching Roku sizes, but, anything smaller, smaller towards like the size of an Apple TV, or even the size of like one of those small DirecTV systems, or like how cable boxes and stuff are getting like really small. That'd be pretty cool. Or even the size of like a cable modem or a wireless router. That'd be a nice form factor for the console. Alrighty. And then, speaking of Game Pass, so last week I talked about Game Pass and how there's a bunch of titles coming to it. And so right now, what is now? So this recording is on December 9th, Sunday, December 9th. So a bunch of these titles have hit already. We've got Mutants Year Zero, which has gone in, Ashen and the Strange Brigade are already in there. Mortal Kombat X. Coming in on the 13th, that's Wednesday. No, Thursday. I believe that's the day after Brawl Stars. Of course, got to plug that one. On December 13th, we're going to get Pro Evolution Soccer, 2019 Spin Tires Mud Runner. That's kind of an interesting one. I might give that a shot. Actually, I probably will. I mean, it's priced right at free $99 as part of Game Pass. On December 11th, Kingdom Two Crowns. I am totally stoked for this game. So this is coming out on Tuesday. And I don't think it's going to be like Gods, which I talked about last week, which I was so disappointed in. I did not get it, by the way. I was looking at the reviews, watching gameplay, and I'm like, this is true to form to the Amiga version that I really enjoyed. But yeah, it was kind of cheesy looking. The graphics were really the upgraded graphics for the new version. The upgraded graphics that they had were just overlaid, sort of, and nothing else changed. And so I skipped it. Maybe I'll try it, but I'm really disappointed in it. But Kingdom Two Crowns looks to be awesome. And I've been playing the regular Kingdom New Lands, which is actually the second game, because Kingdoms was first, Kingdoms New Lands, and then this is actually the third game, Kingdom Two Crowns. And then this was a shocker. I could not believe this. On December 14th, which is what, Friday? Yeah, on Friday, we have Below. Below is not only coming out, finally, after they've been teasing this game for the last 5 years, but yeah, Capybara Games is releasing Below, and it's going straight into Game Pass. That I just couldn't believe that. Not that this would be a really crazy expensive game anyway, but that just makes Game Pass all the more sweeter. So very stoked to see that. Definitely playing that. So Kingdom Two Crowns and Below are the big ones this week here for me. And then December 17th, we have Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. We've known about that one for a while. And then December 20th, Ori and the Blind Forest. Good game. Awesome game, actually. And, a game to frustrate the heck out of you if you're not good at some of those games. It's overall, the game's not too bad. There's some parts which are pretty frustrating because you have to keep doing it over and over and over to get the timing just right. Jump between platforms and all that good stuff. And then also Shadow Warrior 2 on the 20th. So that was a little teaser, I guess, on what's coming this week, in addition to some of the stuff that's coming later on in Game Pass. So crazy December for Game Pass, definitely. With Mutant Zero, Strange Brigade, Ashen, Mortal Kombat, Kingdom, Two Crowns, Below, Hellblade, Ori, Shadow Warrior 2. That's nuts. It is definitely one of the best gaming values, that's for sure. $10 a month. Oh, and I think it was on Amazon. They've had some sales, I think for Black Friday. They had a year Game Pass for $69.99. And I thought I saw something today that said that it was around $50. I don't know if that was legit or not. Sometimes these deals are not legit, but I want to check that out. New additions, app-wise, to the Xbox. Spotify app launched on the Xbox One X. It was in the Insider program for a while. It's been available on PlayStation forever. And now you can rock it, or whatever your music taste is, with Spotify on your Xbox. If you, would you listen to music on an Xbox? I don't know. But there was a post at Xbox Wire. It says, today we're excited to announce that listening to your favorite songs, playlists, and artists while you play on Xbox One just got a lot better. Spotify is introducing an improved experience, making it easier to find the perfect soundtrack, including recommended music based on your listening and an integration with Cortana, voice commands, and even more seamless control while you play, all captured in a new razor-sharp design. Rock on. So that's very cool if you've got that service. I personally don't, so I will not be able to enjoy that. But another thing you can enjoy is if you're doing your gaming with some of your original Xbox games on back compat, you know that we've talked about the Duke controller. Well, there's a new version of it. There's a red Duke controller. It's up on Amazon for pre-order. Again, if you do that, use our affiliate link. But this is the new and improved Duke controller. It's got some funkiness. They've updated it for the Xbox One X, so it's got some additional buttons. And it's got a little OLED screen in the middle. When it was that big, huge, but bigger than a US $half coin. Is it like 2 inches or so? This thing looks like. But it's got a big screen over there. It's an OLED screen in the center. And it also has impulse trigger support. So you can use it for games like Forza Horizon 4. But so this controller is $50, and it's a wired controller. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It is not wireless. And looks like it should ship on December 14th. So you can grab it if you like. I know a lot of folks like to collect controllers. We've got people in the community that collect all sorts of different Xbox One controllers. So, hey, you can add the Duke, or you can add the red to the black one that you already have. A couple more things sale-wise is I was really shocked at this. Battlefield 5 went on sale the other day for, it was around $35 or just over $35. And I saw that and I picked it up. And still haven't tried it yet. After dealing with my Xbox One X and Fortnite, I guess. I have not had a chance to enjoy this. But that's a fantastic price. I mean, it's a fairly new game. Just came out recently, and it's already dropped, $25? So that's a great price. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be on sale. But for a game that was released, on November 20th, that's a huge drop. Thank you for making it more affordable. And then another game that's affordable, I guess, at least as a trial, is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. There's a free trial available. So if you haven't pulled a trigger on this one, then you can play the free trial, which is, I guess, as close to demo as we'll get nowadays with some of these things. But you can play it for free, and then whatever you play will carry over into the full game. I wasn't able to find out how much time they give you. But yeah, it's you get to play the opening levels. I don't know how much of the game that is or how many levels that is. But the game's already been discounted somewhat already. It's not a huge seller, unfortunately. And you can play it a little bit and then probably find it even cheaper in a couple weeks. Or who knows? I bet there's maybe going to be some more discounts closer to the holidays or the new year, like they've been doing over the past couple of years. So yeah, check that out. Free trial. Everybody likes free. And then Anthem is a game that's coming out in the next couple months here. So recently there was that, I forgot what they called it, alpha or something along those lines. It was we had to do the disclosure thing, can't talk about it and all. So that happened just recently, and we're looking at open and VIP demo dates coming for all the systems. So if you're a VIP, which basically means you pre-ordered the game or you have EA access or Origin access, I guess, if you're on the PC side. The demo for these folks goes live on January 25th. So that's just a couple weeks away. What about, 6 weeks-ish from the date of this recording. So it goes live on the 25th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. So if you have not pre-ordered or you don't have EA access or Origin, then the game will be available on February 1st. So no exact times have been released for this, although I guess you can pretty much assume it'll be midnight or the usual time for these things. The full release of the game is going to be February 22nd. So that's still a ways off. So you might want to check that out if you've pre-ordered. And looks to be interesting. Looks to be like a cool game. And then this here kind of caught me by surprise. And that was, we talked about The Walking Dead a couple weeks ago and how the studio got closed. Telltale got shuttered back in September. And a lot of the games were not just put on the back burner. They were just done because there's nobody around to finish them. However, I guess there were some contractual reasons when The Walking Dead was going to be finished. So a small chunk of the studio remained. I think it was around 25 people, if I remember right. They remained and they were going to work on the game to completion. Well, looks like episode 3, called Broken Toys, is going to be released on January 15th. Because after the studio closed, it looks like a bunch of the folks got Skybound Entertainment, which is the studio from Robert Kirkman. He's the guy who did Walking Dead. His studio that announced that they were going to work out a deal, and then the people were going to come back and work. And it sounded to me like almost like, Telltale was done, but almost like these people are working for Skybound or something like that. But anyway, Skybound says is brought on 40 of the original developers. So it actually is more than 25 that we announced before. And they're going to finish off the entire season, and the season's already been all written out. So I don't know exactly how many episodes this is going to be, but if you purchased the entire season, and a lot of people were really done with the Telltale games, but the whole season will be done and probably coming out over the next year or so, I'm guessing. And it'd be interesting to see how much it's going to cost. And if Telltale's gone, who gets the money if you buy a season? Like, let's say if you pay $20, $25, where does that money go? Skybound? Interesting. So good to see that they're still rolling. In regards to ID at Xbox, haven't talked about them for a while. There's a deal going on right now where you get a $5 credit when you purchase select ID at Xbox titles. So you can get up to $40 in credit if you purchase. And here's the titles. We've got Ashen, Below, Desert Child, Donut County, Kingdom Two Crowns, Hello Neighbor, Hide and Seek, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, Mutant Year Zero, and Subnautica. Now, a bunch of these are going into Game Pass. So Mutant Year Zero, Kingdom Two Crowns, Below, Ashen. Actually, Ashen's already in there. The others are going into Game Passes here soon. But if you're looking to buy into these other ones, you can get $5 back. Or you can, I guess, just get Game Pass and get them anyway. But yeah, this is part of the Winter of Arcade promotion that they've got going on right now. So I think that's kind of cool. And so basically what you get is you'll get a $5 gift card for each game you purchase through the Microsoft Store. Oh, I wonder if this is actually, if you get, I was going to say physical version, but maybe not. So I don't know if they mean the Microsoft Store, like the retail store, or the online store, probably the online store. But yeah, $5 back. That's a deal. Any money back is good. And for back compat, I forgot to add one thing earlier, and that's there were 3 2K games added to backwards compatibility. Duke Nukem Forever is in there. Yeah. The Darkness and The Bureau XCOM Declassified. So I don't know if anybody wants Duke Nukem Forever. Well, everybody wanted it before it came out, but then it came out and we saw what it was. And that's a whole different story. But yeah, check that out if you like that. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's all the stories. So real quick, if you'd like to leave a voicemail that we can play in the show, go to thisxboxlife.com, hit the voicemail widget on the right-hand side of the screen. You can use that on mobile devices. You can use it on Mac, PC, whatever, and leave us up to a 90-second. Leave us up to a 90-second recording. If you need to talk longer, just leave more than one message, or you can just send us an MP3, do a recording, voice recorder, whatever on your phone, on your PC, and you can email that to contact@thisxboxlife. Get your recording. We'll play it on the show, and we always love to hear from the listeners. Also, there's a Twitter account at thisxboxlife, and you can also find that at thisxboxlife.com/Twitter. I don't know, do people actually use Twitter anymore? I think a lot of people are moving off of it to newer, bigger, better things like Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, there's a This Xbox Life Facebook group. You can find that at thisxboxlife.com/Facebook. This Facebook group is a closed group, which means that you have to ask to be a member. Just answer the entry questions, super easy to answer, and you can be granted access fairly quickly. And since it's a closed group, only members of the group see posts in the group. And that means that people outside of the group don't know that you're posting. They don't know that you're a secret gamer if you're trying to hide that. Not just kidding. But it's nice. It just keeps a discussion within the group. Keeps it private. And then, yeah, that's it. So let's go on to the retail releases.
Okay, Rob, what you got for us today? What you got? What you got for us to play? Give us a list of games that we can buy and play. Okay, Rob.
All right. Here's the new games for December 11th through the 14th. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. I'm excited about some of these if you haven't heard me say it already. So on December 11th, Kingdom 2 Crowns. This is Xbox Game Pass, Xbox One Enhanced, and Winter of Arcade game. It's a very cool, like, side-scrolling pixel art, well done pixel art, tower defense-ish style game. Very cool. Definitely check it out if you're in Game Pass. On the 12th, we have Desert Child, also part of Winter of Arcade. We have Doom and Destiny on the 12th. On the 14th, we have Below. This is also Game Pass, Xbox One X Enhanced, and Winter of Arcade. Definitely looking forward to that one. We have Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. I was just looking, is this an idle game? I can't imagine playing an idle game on an Xbox. I don't think it is. But that's on December 14th. Also on the 14th, we have Kingmaker Rise to the Throne, Knights of Pen and Paper 2, Deluxiest Edition. I've heard these are pretty good. These Knights of Pen and Paper. They're on mobile, tablet, all that good stuff. On the 14th, we also have Lazy Galaxy Rebel Story, Plague Road. This one is funky looking, and not funky in a good way. And we also have Rally Racers, another cartish cars racing game. So that's what we've got with that. So those are the releases. For games with gold, Xbox One, we have Cube 2 for December on Xbox One, and looks like I accidentally erased the other one that was in here. Well, we have Never Alone. That one is coming in on the 16th. It's a pretty cool 1 or 2 player game. Tells a story of the it's a little girl. She is Inuit, I believe is the correct name, but it's like Inuit folklore, so it's very cool. Definitely check it out. And then on Xbox 360 and back compat, we have Dragon Age 2. And then as always, if you're making any purchases on Amazon, please make sure to use our affiliate link. It's on the Facebook group and on the website. It's a great way to support the show. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's very much appreciated. Use that each and every time you make your purchases on the Amazon store. We get a tiny little finder's fee for sending you their way. And then if you're an iTunes user, find the show on the iTunes store. Give us a 5-star rating. The more ratings that we get, the more 5-star ratings that we get boosted in the rankings over there. And then that helps other people find out about the show when they search for podcasts. And then follow us on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thanks to Learned Your Lesson for the music. And then that's it for this episode. Episode 508, I think, is a number. These are all running together. I guess after you do the first 500, they all run together. But that's it for this episode here. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And then look forward to some changes coming up in the next couple weeks over here. So being that it's the holiday season, we'll see kind of how things go over the next couple weeks. It's not the easiest thing to, get people involved. People are all busy around the holidays, but probably be making changes slowly over the next couple of weeks and then going full steam in the new year. So look forward to seeing you all in the next show on episode 509 next week. All right. Thanks, everybody. My name is Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, and catch you all next week.